The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $100,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Turn 3 Racing Network. As tonight, we're here at the World Center of Sprint Car Racing. This is Knoxville Raceway, located in Knoxville, Iowa. Thank you very much for joining me here on the Turn 3 Racing Network as the DOB Dirty Old Bastards bring you their 410 Classic, their first annual Classic. And in the booth with me is none other than the illustrious, esteemed sprint car driver, soon to be in that National Sprint Car Hall of Fame for iRacing. That is Jeremy Zarfos. JZ, how you doing tonight?
Fantastic. A heck of an intro. I'm not so sure about any of those facts, but they sounded great.
Well, you know, we do like to make facts up on the fly. 50% of all statistics are made up.
It sounds as good as I can come up with. I like every bit of it.
But here we are for our first annual DOB Classic, and the drivers have just about 30 seconds left in practice, and then we are going to go into single car qualifying, one car on the track at a time. White flag falls, next car gets rolling. We're going to get a good look at a lot of our cars because of that. We're going to see who can lay down a quick time. JZ, what can you tell us about running a 410 here at Knoxville?
It can be very tricky, so we'll just have to keep an eye on how the track wears in here. I've raced here a lot on the sim, and I feel like I've seen it all. Up on the cushion, down around the bottom, cut down line, slider line, a little bit of every technique that you have in the bag you have to use here and really keep up with the track and how it moves. It's pretty amazing. You know, we get to the A main time, and you know, all of a sudden, at one lap, everybody's running a certain line, and the next lap it switches on a dime like that. So it's very tricky. A handful in the cushion here.
All right, well, we are going to try and sort through just over 30 drivers, and we begin our first session of qualifying. And so a few cars are going to start rolling out. One of them is the 526 machine as he starts to make his move. Jay-Z, what can you tell us about the 526? Have you spent a lot of time racing against Ryan Field?
This is a new name for me. New name, new car. You know, there's a lot of names in here recognized. There's a few I don't. So I'm interested to see. It's a good looking car for sure. So we'll see how he does.
I believe it's Ryan File. I'm not 100% sure. Having to dig deep in my memory banks on this one, but he is out on the track, out for qualifying and on the throttle. 2 laps for each driver as he is making his way across the start finish line. The 526 posting a time of 15.45, his best lap time. Next car out on the track, that is Mason Hannigan in the in the 1X. Hannigan on the throttle right now, trying to lay down a good lap time here.
He's a guy to watch out for sure. When you look at timing this early in the order, and a guy who knows how to get around this place, and you know he's a World of Outlaw pro, so we'll see what he puts up here.
Hannigan on the throttle in the 1X, a 15.46 for him. Final time off of turn number 4 in the 1X. On the throttle, we'll see if he can improve on this lap, and Mason Hannigan does not improve. He stays at a 15.47. John Lopresto in the 71 making his way out on the track, and he is on the throttle making some noise.
Yeah, Lopresto's a veteran. You know, he's been around here a long time. He's shown times of speed and shown times of struggle, but he's definitely knows how to get around Knoxville.
So the 71 machine down the back stretch. Off of turn number 4, and Lopresto going to try and improve on a 15.41. He has the pole for the moment and does not improve his time. Next car out, the 15C, that is Carter Chevalier, as he is on the throttle, on the cushion through turns 1 and 2 on his first lap. Chevalier up high through 3 and 4. A lot of drivers using that cushion here early. So with a 15.161 in the bag, he is going to try and improve that as pulls down just a little bit. That 15C across the start finish line does improve to a 15.55, but does not advance his position currently in 4th.
Vinny Sansone's up here next, and he's an iRacing pro as well. Always a tough out. A guy who gets around here well. He's going to be in the top few here, I would imagine.
I did many battles with Vinny on the pavement sprint car and Silver Crown car, and one of my big achievements was I actually was able to beat Vinny at Iowa in the Silver Crown. Came down to a last lap pass, and man, I felt accomplished just doing that. It was the only victory I ever got in the Silver Crown, and Vinny made me work for it, but a 15.50 for the driver of the 80 machine.
Nathan Davis is going to be up next here, Black Diamond Motorsports, the white, green, and blue 36. Another heavy hitter here, another contender. It's just one after another here today. Coming around to finish his first lap. See what he puts up here. He's going to put up a 15.403. Good enough for quick time. Getting ready to start lap number 2 here.
Davis running a little bit of a different line than everyone else, not quite as high, but off of turn number 4, a middle exit there, and 15.50 for his second lap. Not as good, but good enough for quick time. Next driver out, that is the 17 of Kyle Keene. Kyle has a throwback paint scheme to one of his father's race cars. This paint job done by Billy Raleigh, old tuna can himself.
Keane brings it around 3 and 4 here, coming off the corner to see what he puts up. 15.554, bottom of the list at the moment. We'll see what he can pick it up here on lap 2. Kyle's adapts quick to these kind of things, so I imagine he'll get a little bit better time this lap.
Low entry there, slides it up, bumps the cushion with the right rear, and that 17 machine is going to go a tad bit slower his second time around. Right now in 7th place. Next car out on the track, that is 25 of Richie Preston. Richie makes his way through the leagues here, JZ.
You know, little known fact about Richie Preston. Did you know he's 7 feet tall? I saw a picture of him last week. This guy's like massive. I thought he was just like this little guy. He's gigantic. He makes Tyler Schell look small.
So is he maybe taking advice from Blaney on how to fit into a sprint car?
Yeah, I'm not sure how he gets in the darn thing. I got to be honest. I need to ask him some questions. Anyway, best lap for him, 15.483. It's good enough for 5th place at the moment.
Next driver out on the track, that is Mark Broderick. Broderick in the 51 on the throttle and got a conservative line through 3 and 4, but that throttle is down, sends it down to the bottom through 1 and 2, drifts up just a little bit. Seems like he's fighting the wheel a little bit more than he would like for a time trial session, but carrying that right front just a little bit, meaning that left front is planted into the ground. And Broderick with a 15.55 for his best time, a 15.65 on his second lap.
Up next is going to be Nicholas McGathy. You know, something I was just watching, KR. I watched a couple guys. Looks like the slider line is not working at all. It doesn't look like it's doing anything for these guys, so I'd be curious to see how they adapt as time goes here.
So the 73, maybe not so much of the slider line, kind of entered in the middle instead of all the way down on the bottom end of 1, but this time he does go down on the bottom of 1, drifts up to the cushion, plants that right rear in the fluff, across the line, and he is going to go across with a 15.56, 10th place for the 73.
His lap times are within 1/1000th of a second of each other. That's incredible with consistency.
Out of Gainesville, Florida, Chris Schaefer in the 23 is our next car out on the speedway. 10 cars have taken a qualifying time. This 23 machine going to jump up into 9th place on his opening lap with a 15.56. He's aiming to beat Nathan Davis with that 15.40. So far, no one has turned a faster lap their second time around. And so Schaefer shutting it down. And on the track now in the 54 is John Batista.
I was just mentioning before the race tonight, I feel like John Batista and I potentially have raced together the closest in the same, fighting for the same position more than anybody else in iRacing. I feel like every night we race, we're in the same place, and he's a heck of a race car driver, one of the cleaner ones out here too. Always fun to see him race.
So the 54 of Batista coming around for his final lap. And John Batista turns a 15.50, second lap faster for John Batista. A 15.50 going to be good enough now for 7th place. As we wait for our next car to start rolling out.
Looks like Alex Rzazinski is on track coming down the backstretch into 3 and 4 already. You know, Alec is one of these guys, you know, I believe he's a younger guy, and he's definitely puts on a show. Looks like potentially newer with Black Diamond Motorsports. Good looking car here, black, orange, and white. First lap's a 15.581. Looking to pick up a little bit more here. The times are really tight, so you know, a 100th or 2 make a big difference. Second lap, he's going to come around here and finish with a 15.586, almost identical. Unfortunately, does not improve.
Just a tick slower his second lap around. Now the 91 of Ernie Williams in the Dirty Dicks UDTV Black Diamond Motorsports driver Ernie Williams on the throttle down the backstretch into turns 3 and 4, and he is right along the wall. He is really digging hard.
Finishes his first lap with a 15.772. I would imagine that's just a warm-up lap here. Burn a little fuel off. Ernie, no stranger to the wall at Knoxville. Loves running the cushion. Runs through the middle of 3 and 4 here, right in the heavy stuff. We'll see if he finishes up and improves here. It's going to be a 15.524. Jumps up a few spots. It's a good lap for Ernie.
I do have the pleasure of calling Ernie not only on a dirt track, but also on a super speedway on Monday nights with the OP Racing. So I get to see him on dirt and on a super speedway. And let me tell you, he runs those super speedways high, wide, and handsome.
You know, that doesn't surprise me at all. And he's a heck of a fisherman. Is there anything this guy can't do?
We're going to find out. But Darren Detweiler on the track right now. And Turn 3 Racing Network is going to carry Sunday night DOB action here with the first annual Classic. Monday night is going to be presented by Methanol Mafia Productions, and that is ran by Darren. He will cover Monday night and Wednesday night, as I had prior obligations, but keep that in mind. Look up Methanol Mafia Productions as I try and spit it all out. That will be on Monday and Wednesday for this DOB 410 Knoxville Nationals. Now Cody Hillman on the track next, driver of this number 3C, on the throttle hard.
Going to finish up with a 15.588. Up next is going to be Ty Williams getting ready to come around here, take his green flag lap. Ty Williams in the black, yellow, and green 18. Car looks good in the sunset here this evening. Coming down to backstretch, running just that little bit of slider line up to the cushion, nice and smooth. Lap looks good here. Let's see what he turns. Finishes up 15.607. He's going to want to get a little bit more. And that is amazing, KR. Look at the times here between a 15.40 and a 15.60 is the entire field.
0.21 separating pole position from now 17th spot. Everyone on the throttle, and every little turn of the wheel costing you some time. Now our next car out on the speedway in the 420 machine. That is Nathan Kropowski. Holy cow. I was not ready for that.
Oh, I planned this out when we started that we did every other. You got that one.
Oh, thank you very much.
No problem, man. I'm here to support you.
Nathan, if any of you fans out there watching are fans of Nathan, you give me a phonetic of how to say his name, I'd appreciate it. But the 420 turns a 15.72, 18th place for the moment. Nathan, across the start finish line for his final lap, does improve to a 15.58.
Up next here, we're going to have the 47, a Stephen Vogel song. Have had a chance to race against him a few times in the PA Posse iRacing League. Those guys sometimes merge over here with DOB and run some cross events when we do Williams Grove and Lernerville and things. So ABR setup shop number 47 come around for his first lap. It's going to be a 15.750. He's going to want to look to pick it up a little bit here. That was sort of that warm-up lap, so we'll see what he does here.
Catches the inside berm just a little bit, rockets his car up to the high side, and that's going to affect him a little bit. Out of Manchester, Pennsylvania, 15.71. He does improve his time, but not his position. Finds himself in 19th spot. Jeffrey West, next one out on the speedway. West in this black and blue, looking sharp in my opinion. A little bit of gray in there as well. 24W on the throttle, on the clock. Jeffrey West with a 15.99 for his first time. 20 drivers have taken a qualifying time now in the 24W. Looking to set sail here for another lap. West going to improve to a 15.68.
Up next, we're going to have Michael Sheridan getting ready to get up to speed here. Come to the green flag. This is your DOB 360 Knoxville Nationals champ. Took the checkered flag just on Thursday evening, so he's back here in the 410 for Sunday for the DOB Classic. Coming down the backstretch for the first lap here. We'll see what kind of lap time he turns. Always a good, he's one of the smoother racers out here for sure. Never takes too many chances, just always fast. 15.663 on the first lap. Going to want to pick it up here just a little bit more, and it doesn't take a lot here to make a big jump in time, so we'll see what he does.
Sheridan in the 15, teammate of yours, if I recall correctly, and man, a 15.63 does improve. Next one out in the 97, that is Matthew Henniger, 97 machine.
We affectionately refer to him as the boss man. He is your Wicked Cushion, Wicked Energy, Wicked Brands president and owner. So boss man here, 15.738 on the first lap. Looking to pick it up just a little bit more here in the second. It looks like a lot of drivers really have lately. They've been picking up on their second lap. So I would assume he improves a little bit here. Coming off turn 4, beautiful sunset. 15.720 does pick it up a little bit.
Good enough for 22nd spot. Matthew Henniger pulls it to the infield, and next one out on the track in the 25C, that is Kevin Click.
Kevin's another one of my teammates here. Just another smooth driver. Pretty blessed and fortunate to learn from a lot of great drivers. This guy's one of the smoothest ones out here as well.
So Kevin Click, way up high through 1 and 2, goes down into 3 and 4, slider line, that 25C, up into the fluff with the right rear. Kevin Click across the line, a 15.92 his first lap time, a 15.61 what he is going to qualify in. Good enough for 19th place. Next driver out in this, says 27, but Larry Moody usually 73.
I believe it is a 73 on the wing there.
So Larry Moody on the throttle, and Wiggy and Casey on the side of that thing, your I-55 lawyer. Larry Moody on the throttle right now with a 15.67, a very competitive first lap. We have seen these guys going faster their second lap, and Larry Moody stays at a 15.67.
Rolling out of the pits now, the DOB, the other El Presidente, as we might say, Chris Roberts, the 93, coming down the backstretch, coming to the green flag here. Beautiful red chrome wheels on that car, looks great in the August Knoxville sunset. Coming to the green flag through turns 1 and 2, all 4 wheels up over the cushion. Sort of does a little cut down line here. I don't know if I've seen too much of that yet. So Chris is no stranger to the bottom of the track, but that's not there right now in time trial. So cut down a little bit here too. See if that pays off for him. Going to come across 15.676. Very good competitive first lap.
So Chris Roberts in the 93, trying to improve on his second lap. The speeds have gotten a little bit slower, maybe the track going away, the slick spot getting a little bit bigger into turn 1, and Chris Roberts with a 15.62 for his qualifying time. Zach McLaughlin in the 11, the next car out, JZ.
Yeah, Zach, I raced with Zach a lot over the last couple of years, and I've seen he hadn't been on a whole lot, but recently he's shown back up, and he had a good week last week in the 360 Nationals. Started near the front. After first lap, 15.797. Looks like he's kind of running right through the middle there. See a little bit of sawing on the wheel, so I'm not sure if that car is handling quite like he wants where he has it. But through 3 and 4 here, up to the cushion, straight off of turn 4, looks good. 15.750 does improve. Fortunately, good enough for 26th right now.
44 of Adam Buchanan, the next driver on the track, trying to put his time down. And 44, another great paint job.
Adam does a lot of
on the side of it.
I'm sorry about that, KR. Adam does a lot of his own paints, and he's always come up with something creative. It's got a great candy apple red scheme on that thing right now.
Buchanan in 23rd with a 15.68. See if he can improve his lap time right around the bottom through 3 and 4 there, just above that slick spot. The 44 machine does not improve that second lap, a little bit slower. 77 of Clayton Kincart out on the speedway now, and white teal. Some other colors I don't know the name of, but a beautiful, unique paint scheme. King Kart in the 77 right now with a time of 16.10.
I think that's magenta. I think he's got some white, magenta, and teal on that. I don't hate it. I got to be honest. Coming off turn 4 for the last lap here, King Kart is going to finish with a 15.795.
Good enough for 28th spot. Now the 47 of Jason Randolph out of Des Moines, Iowa. Another driver with the ABR setup shop. He is on the throttle and committed to the high side. Through 3 and 4, Randolph for his first time lap, going to lay down a time of 15.82. Off of turn number 4, we're going to see if he can improve that time, and dives down to the inside, and Randolph does improve with a 15.71.
Up next with 33P, Joshua Pickle from Michigan, taking a green flag through 1 and 2 all the way up on the cushion here. I think you're 100% right. Track's definitely slow down, getting wider. I think it's going to make for some good heat racing, but these guys late in the draw are going to challenge them for sure. First lap, 15.792. It's good for 29th at the moment.
Nathan Davis hoping this track really widens out. He'd love to put his name as quick time here to start this one off. The 33P settles in at a 15.79. He went slower his second time around.
Up next, we have the 31. I believe that is the 3ONE car. I think it's still 31 in the way things go. Tyson Landis, Team SETI, sort of the mayor of Team SETI. Maybe we could call him. What do you think, KR? He's the mayor?
We'll call him a mayor. We'll give him that.
I like it. First lap, 15.894. Cut down off 3 and 4 here. Let's see what that does. It's a little different line. I haven't seen that yet. Second lap, 15.613. That's a really good lap for Tyson.
Big jump for Tyson Landis, qualifying up into 20th spot on a track that seems to be slowing down. He lays down a heck of a lap time. Steven Fernberg, the next driver up in the 29 machine, and taking a page out of the JJR crew and going with some gold. Fernberg off of turn number 4. Dirtco Media on the roof of that wing qualifies with a 15.68. Good enough for 26th spot. Britton Hockenberry out next, JZ.
Yeah, I don't know what Britton's doing with the paint scheme here. Maybe it's my trading paints, but I don't even see a number on this car. But I do see Cracker Barrel. It's orange, it's blue. There's a tropical drink on the top and maybe a sub on the wing. So, hey, good for him. I hope it works out for him. 15.783 on the first lap. Coming out through 3 and 4 here on the second. See what he turns. Britton's been around a long time as well. So, definitely had some laps here. 15.933 doesn't improve there. Going to be 31st in line. Out next should be Devin Simmons from Indiana here. A little trouble getting out of the pits. See how Devin does in the 34 machine.
Devin appears to have moved his wing a little bit further back than everyone else, and not a bad plan as we're seeing this track slick off, but looks a little bit tight on entry into turn 3 there, and the 34 wandering all over the track. Not what you want to see in qualifying. He is fighting that thing big time. Devin Simmons on the throttle. We're going to try and see if this second time around is going to improve for him. And Simmons off of turn number 4, across the start finish line, and does turn a 16.44 for his qualifying time. Final qualifying driver, that is the 43 of Jake Greenwood.
Jake's a great racer, I got to be honest. Last year, DOB 305 series had, I believe, maybe finished off the championship. Multiple wins. He's had some great 305 races, and definitely raced against him in the 360s and 410, so he can get it done for sure. First lap, 16.054. It's good for 34th right now. We'll see what he can do here in the second lap. coming down the backstretch again. This is a final car in time trial, so he's Nathan Davis just has to hold off one more corner. See what Jake does here. Comes across the line, finishes up at a 15.881.
So Jake Greenwood in a 34th spot. 35 drivers have taken a qualifying time, and Nathan Davis does earn the quick time here for the first annual DOB Classic with a 15.40. Awesome qualifying lap by Davis. Lepresto going to bring it in second, and File with a 15.44. And man, you want to talk about a close field? Top 3, top 4, really. I mean, even the top 10 separated by 0.15 seconds.
Yeah, just incredibly tight field, and yeah, a lot of times Knoxville qualifying can be that way. You know, it's fairly narrow. It's not super slowed down or slicked off yet. So time trials here are huge. You know, it's you know, some of the short tracks and other places you get a lot of variability in time trials, but it feels like here at Knoxville it's a very, very tight time. So every little bit matters.
All right, we're gonna see if we're going to get Nathan Davis up in the booth and get a quick interview in with him. No promises on that, but Davis did
sound like it.
All right, so there you go. Good thing you got an ear to the production.
I may have a headache by the end of it, but I got Chris on the admin and got you here as well. So I'm either gonna have a headache at the end of it, or I'm gonna learn a lot. One or the other.
One or the two. So 35 drivers done, and qualifying is over with. With that being said, we're going to probably get ready to roll into heat races here in just a moment. And what can we expect in these heat races? And Jay-Z, how many drivers are going to be making it out of each heat race into the A main?
So we're going to definitely be qualifying 4 out of each one here. So we're going to have 5. Well, stand by one moment here. That could be completely wrong. Looks like we're going to have 3 heats. We're going to take 3 heats and we're going to run, it says 4 out of each. We're going to invert the top 4 out of time trials. And, you know, I expect from these heats, the track is starting to wear a little bit. So that's encouraging. A lot of times the heats here, you end up with a kind of a freight train on the cushion. So I'm kind of hoping we see maybe some slider line, maybe some cut down line, some guys that are able to make passes. You know, I think the invert is going to maybe aid in some of that passing, or we're going to, you know, see some of these guys kind of get mired in the back and stuck and have to work their way forward throughout the night. So I'm excited to see how this goes. This first heat's going to be a good one too.
All right, so heat race number 1, starting lineup going to be something like this. Ty Williams in the 18 machine on the inside of row number 1. John Batista on his outside. Mason Hannigan on the inside of row 2 with Nathan Davis, your quick time qualifier, on the outside of row 2. Row 3 going to be Mark Broderick and Alex Szerzynski. Row number 4 will be Kevin Click and Michael Sheridan. Jeffrey West, Jason Randolph for row number 5, and our final row will be Britton Hockenberry and Jake Greenwood.
You know, I'm just looking at this lineup, and you know, John Batista, Mason Hannigan, Nathan Davis, Mark Broderick, Szerzynski, Click, Sheridan, Jason Randolph. Randolph had a great 360 week. Jake Greenwood. This heat is stacked, and you know, I got 3 teammates in here. I don't want to be too partial, but my goodness, how do I not cheer for my teammates here, buddy? I don't know.
Cheer away for your teammates. Just you know, if they do something dirty, don't gloss over it.
Oh, I'm going to call them out publicly. I don't mind. I'll bring
dirty. If they're teammates with you, they got to be dirty drivers.
Probably. I got to be honest. I taught them everything they know.
Which means I taught you everything I know. So, oh
True.
man.
See how that worked out? That didn't work out like you planned, did it?
It did. This is good. This is a good joke. Took a moment to get to the punchline.
It did. We're going to be better.
We'll get better. Hopefully. So the sun is going down as the drivers start their final warm-up lap. Heat race number 1, top 4 drivers advance into the A. Top 2 go directly into the dash. Nathan Davis with a 4-car invert starting on the outside of row number 2, and Pace Truck going ahead for pit lane, and the 18 of Ty Williams going to lead this field to the green flag as the Silverado pulls in where it's safe because it is about to get rowdy and wild as the green flag comes out. Williams in the 18 gets an outstanding start. Hannigan down to the bottom, brave slider. John Batista has to wash up just a little bit. Hannigan had to bail out. Now they're going to go side by side with Nathan Davis and John Batista through 1 and 2. Ty Williams watching all this go on as he's got clean aired. Davis to the inside of Mason Hannigan. And here comes one Mark Broderick right down the bottom.
Got a little loose on the bottom there. He really dove it in there. Got super loose. Lost all that momentum. He's going to fall back into 5th. Do a little bit of slider here, I believe. In front of Kevin. Kevin Click gets a run on the outside. Kevin takes 5th place. Got Batista going to slider for the lead on Ty Williams. Oh, they get together.
Somehow Batista keeps it going. Williams falls a spot to Mason Hannigan, who took advantage of those drivers making contact, and Nathan Davis still in 3rd. Now with 4 laps to go, Mason Hannigan going to try and outrun the rest of this field.
Things quieted down here for just a second. Now we're going to have Kevin Click in 5th, trying to get a little bit of a slider here on Michael Sheridan and teammates getting together. I know they're not going to want to try to make contact. So everything kind of a freight train now and straight, so everybody's in line all the way through the field.
Hannigan now with 2 laps to go. The 1X starting to open up a little bit of a gap on Ty Williams. Williams holding on to 2nd. Davis in 3rd. Sheridan in the final transfer spot in 4th. He does have a bit of a gap now to the 25C of Kevin Click. Before the final lap, final time around, the 1X looking very smooth. Mason Hannigan, good entry through 1 and 2 and really starting to pull a gap on the 18. Michael Sheridan not done. To the inside, contact with Davis. Davis holds on to it. Sheridan into 3rd, Davis into 4th. Hannigan wins it. Ty Williams in 2nd. Those drivers transferring straight into the A main top 2. Mason Hannigan, Ty Williams going to our dash.
That was pretty crazy. A little bit of action in the beginning, right in the middle, and then at the very end there. So that's a precursor to what we're going to see the rest of the night. We're gonna be in for a treat.
Let's take a look at our starting lineup for heat race number 2. On the inside of row number 1 in the 17 machine, that is Kyle Keene. On his outside, Ernie Williams Jr. in the 91. Row number 2 going to be Richie Preston and John Lopresto. Row 3, Nicholas McGeethy and Cody Hillman. Row 4 going to be Tyson Landis in the 31 and Larry Moody in the 73. Row number 5 will be Steven Fernberg and Matthew Henniger. And row 6 will be the Joshua Pickle 33 machine and Devin Simmons in the 34. Devin chiming in on YouTube chat saying that he loaded up the wrong setup for qualifying. That's going to cost him, well, that's going to be something that you're going to kick your butt in if you can't transfer into the A main.
Yeah, I tell you, rolling out there with a Kokomo setup at Knoxville when it's heavy is probably not ideal, and I think his time reflected that. So, be interesting to see if he can pass some cars, get up here into a transfer spot, or position him a little bit better for one of the consolation races.
So the 17 and the 91 going to look for a smooth start here and try to outrun everyone else and make their way into the dash. But we do have 8 laps to settle this one out. John Lopresto, who set 2nd fastest time, starting on the outside of row number 2. We'll see if he's going to have a good heat race here. Nathan Davis didn't have quite the outstanding heat race he would have liked, but Kyle Keene on the throttle, and away we go once again. Green up flag out. The 17 machine gets a good jump. Ernie Williams. Ooh, and Lopresto's going to go around. Caution coming out for John Lopresto. Nicholas McGeethy involved as well. Let's take a look at this one. The 71 machine and the 73 going to get together off of turn number 2. Big pile up, a lot of cars getting involved in that one. Joshua Pickle. Maybe Matthew Henniger. I think it was the 97 of Henniger getting a piece of that as well. Let's go on aboard with the 73 McGeethy. You can see the contact with Lepresto. And then everyone just piling in. Everyone lands wheels down. Should be able to continue.
We're also going to have a penalty here. Looks like Ernie Williams is going to assume the lead. Kyle Keene, a little early on the start. Going to be penalized one spot. He's going to restart second here. So we'll see what kind of effect that has on the rest of the heat.
So now Ernie Williams, your race leader. The 17, Kyle Keene in second. Richie Preston sitting in third. And in the final transfer spot, Cody Hillman.
Tyson Landis picked up 2 spots on that there. Looks like there's 2 cars in front of him. He's going to restart 5th. So he started 7th in this, so he's already picked up 2 spots with really not a lap complete. So he's in a good position here to take advantage and maybe transfer through here. Keep an eye on that 31 car.
Ernie Williams bringing them around nice and healthy like. Everyone very calm for the moment. Good time to catch your breath. Get a plan of action. My plan usually is I stand on the throttle and I pass everybody. That doesn't work out. There's a lot more to plan out than stand on the throttle and pass everybody.
All right, Ernie Williams running him up on the cushion here. Comes down across, take the green flag, gets a great jump on Kyle Keene. Richie Preston's hot on Kyle Keene. They all run through the cushion through 1 and 2. Tyson Landis has got a run on the top of Cody Hillman here. Gets by him into 4th. And we have another caution.
Let's take a look at what happened. This was at the back of the pack. Lepresto and McGeethy make contact again. Both drivers get into the fence and tumble down the front stretch. 71 and 73. Big crash for them on the front stretch.
You know, I just looked at that. Looks like the 34 really didn't go on that start. And, oh, I see what happened here. Even go back a little further. Looks like Matt Henniger got a little crossed up, a little bit of an accordion effect, and 34 just kind of didn't go, and just bad luck here at the back of the field for those 2 guys, unfortunately.
They are going to work their way into one of our last chance qualifiers. With that, we will have 2 B mains, double B main event. We'll take top 6 out of each B main to make our 24 car field for this first annual DOB Classic. So the 91 of Ernie Williams gonna have to have another good restart. Kyle Keene in the 17 looking for an opportunity to take advantage if that 91 does happen to bobble. The JZ, the lights have gone out on Silverado. Got one more shot at it. Why don't you take us through this green flag?
Yeah, you know, we keep an eye on Tyson Landis again. He had that pass done on Hillman there, and unfortunately had to go back behind him. So I'm going to keep an eye on him a little bit. But, you know, this restart's going to be big. You know, Ernie got a good jump on the last one. He's running the same line up against the wall. Probably going to turn down just a little and throttle up and go. Try to jump away from Kyle here. And it's even better start. Kyle kind of tried to guess it there, anticipate it. A little bit of a gap built now for Ernie. Tyson Landis does slip under Hillman actually right there through 1 and 2. So put Tyson Landis in a transfer spot, and he's going to try to bring the 73 with him. Larry Moody goes into 5th, so he's 1 spot out of a transfer. We'll have to keep an eye on the transfer spot here. For right now, Ernie Williams on the cushion where he loves to race. He's up there looking good and through 1 and 2 down the backstretch. So it's Kyle Keene 2nd, Preston 3rd, and Tyson Landis in 4th.
The Williams in the 91 pulling away from Kyle Keene. He goes high, wide, and handsome through 1 and 2. Kyle Keene setting the fastest lap of this heat race at a 16.05. He is on the throttle and trying hard to catch up to the 91. Problem is, Ernie Williams set a 16.051 as well. So they are both running very similar lap times. 3 laps to go for Ernie Williams as he is beginning to pull away just a little bit. Third place, Richie Preston, trying to close in on Kyle King and Tyson Landis in the final transfer spot. Your top 4 have pulled away from the rest of the field.
Sitting right now in 5th is Larry Moody under a little bit of pressure, and 6th from Joshua Pickle, and the 97 of Matthew Henniger. Those guys are really fighting for better spots in the B main. So
final lap for Ernie Williams in the 91. Williams from the high side pulls it down low off of turn number 4, and he is going to win heat race number 2. Tyson Landis brings it home in 2nd. Kyle Keen 3rd. Richie Preston 4th.
yeah, I'm not sure what happened right there at the end. Looks like Kyle got out of shape. Maybe I'm not really sure what happened. And we'll have to go back and look at that if we get time.
Well, we have moved on to the staging of heat race number 3, our final heat race of the night. So we will not be able to go back and see what happened to Kyle Keen. Maybe if you can roll it back and let us know.
I'll see what I can do here.
On the grid for heat race number 3, Chris Schaefer on the inside of row number 1, Carter Chevalier on the outside. Row number 2, Vinny Sansone and Ryan File. Row 3 will be Nathan and Darren Detweiler. Chris Roberts in the 93 and Adam Buchanan making row number 4. Row 5, Stephen Vogelsall and Zach McLaughlin, and Clayton Kincart in the 77, our 11th car out there for heat race number 3.
Yeah, I just rewound and watched that there, KR, and it looks like Kyle came off of turn 4 right with Richie Preston right on his tail tank, and Kyle Keen just decided to go to the bottom of 1 and 2, and Richie was already going down there, and they just made contact. They got it recovered, got it going, but Tyson Landis drove around both of them to steal 2nd.
Good run from Tyson Landis. Started on the outside of a transfer spot and made it all the way up to 2nd. So heat race number 3, lights are out on the Chevy Silverado. Carter Chevalier, Chris Schaefer on the front row for this one. Mid-pack getting a little bit out of line there, but here we go. Green flag is out. Schaefer with a good jump, and Vinny Sansone in the 80 machine sliding right into 2nd down on the bottom. He's going to get a good run off of 2 and take over the race lead. Contact on the front stretch. 2 cars getting together, 1 tumbling very hard. Chris Schaefer destroys his race car. Lands on all 4 with it still running. Looks like maybe he is going to try and keep going, but that car missing a lot of pieces. Take a look at this one. Schaefer, Chevalier, going to get together on the front stretch. Contact with a couple other cars. The 420 machine got in the wall as well, but very, very hard tumble for the 23 machine.
Yeah, it's good to see the 23, I think, rolling away there. Right? He rolled away from that, but I would have thought we needed an ambulance for that one. That was a rough one.
Take one more look at this, and just a massive tumble. A lot of hard hits there, and it's one of those where you're just glad that you are in a virtual race car, because that one would have really done some damage.
Yeah, the virtual pit crew and fabricating team won't be happy.
So Vinny with an outstanding opening lap. Excellent run down the back stretch off of turn number 2. Takes the race lead. Carter Chevalier and Nathan Propakzuski. Wow. I am trying, Nathan. I'm going to try like 10 different things. Hopefully I get it ironed out before too long. Finds himself in third. Chris Roberts in the 93 in the final transfer spot. Lights are out on the Chevy Silverado. Jay-Z, why don't you carry us to another green flag?
Yeah, can do. You know, these restarts have been interesting. I've been that whole last one with Ernie there was kind of, you know, not playing games, but the guy in second's really trying to guess when that start is so they can get a good run into 1 and 2 and try to take the lead. So it'll be interesting to see what Vinny does here. Pace truck goes off. Vinny's going to run around the bottom here. Pretty traditional. Takes off. The 420 actually hits the berm, gets going. Everybody seems to be straight. Vinny runs slider line. Carter Chevalier actually ran the cushion and cut down, got some momentum. Chris Roberts into third place back here in the 93. He takes over third into a good transfer spot. He's in good shape now. So Vinny Sansone, Carter Chevalier, Chris Roberts. And then we actually have a battle for the transfer spot. The number 2, actually, Darren Detweiler takes over the transfer spot. So Darren actually was our pole sitter for the 360 Nationals on Thursday night. Brought it home in second place. He had a great week as well.
With 4 laps to go, Vinny continuing to lead. Chevalier in second. Roberts third. Final transfer spot. We ride on board with Darren Detweiler. He tries a opposite slider line than what Chris Roberts was doing. They're crossing paths with each other, going after it. Detweiler stays high through 3 and 4. This race starting to wind down as the 80 machine of Vinny Sansone has 2 laps to go. Making his way through 3 and 4. Going to see the white flag at this time. Roberts trying hard to make it into second place and into the pole dash. Sansone down the back stretch. Got a big gap. Trying to be into the dash. Carter Chevalier, Chris Roberts. Who's it going to be? Roberts turns it. Vinny going to come off of turn number 4. Chevalier brings it home second. Roberts third, and Darren Detweiler into the A main. Everyone else going to try their luck in an LCQ.
Up next, we're going to actually have our C main, it looks like. B main 1, excuse me. Split B mains tonight.
Split B mains. Top 6 drivers transferring out of each B main. So let's get a quick look at our starting lineup for B main number 1. Kevin Click on the inside of row number 1. Stephen Vogelsong on his outside. Row 2, Joshua Pickle and Jason Randolph. Row 3, Adam Buchanan and Stephen Fernberg. Row 4 will be Britton Hockenberry and Zach McLaughlin. Row 5, Devin Simmons and Alex Szerzynski, and Chris Schaefer in the 11th spot. Schaefer got some work cut out for him, but he had some speed. Just a little bit of bad luck. Bad driving. I shouldn't say bad driving, but the racing gods just didn't smile on him in his heat race.
Yeah, you know, there will be nights like that. I've been there. So hopefully he can turn around here. He's got another opportunity with a fresh race car, and we'll see what he can do.
So Kevin Click going out with Stephen Vogelsong on his outside. Top 6 gonna transfer out of this B main. Our top 2 from each heat race will be coming up in the dash here after our B mains. Split B mains here tonight, so hold on to your hats. Anything can happen still.
You know, one of the cars I want to keep an eye on here is the, Alex Szerzynski car. Got some contact in his heat. He's starting at the back of this. Just got to get in the top 6. He has some work to do, but I think he's fast enough to do it, so we'll keep an eye on him, see if he can make it all the way through.
Gonna go green this time off of turn number 4. Jason Randolph on the outside of row number 2. Keep an eye on Randolph. Accomplished sprint car driver himself. Runs regularly with the DSRL series. Kevin Click on the throttle. Waits for the right time to nail it and gets a good jump. Vogelsong looks like he got caught napping and challenging the 33P of Joshua Pickle. Good run down the bottom. He's going to take over second.
We have some 3-wide action here for third. Adam Buchanan on the bottom, squeezes through Jason Randolph and the 47 of Vogelsong. Now they're going to go around the top. Buchanan to the bottom, gets a good drive off 2 into fourth. A little bit of contact there. Vogelsong into the back of Pickle. They get it straightened out. So Buchanan is still working the bottom. He goes to third. Now he's got a car in front of him. A little bit through the slick, gets it turned down. He's going to get a drive off the corner, but lose a little ground. Pulls back through. Looks like the bottom has a little bit of grip, you know, and very late exit. Guys can make up some ground.
Speaking of making up ground, Zach McLaughlin down on the bottom, but he's going to get turned. McLaughlin was charging very, very hard. Yellow flag going to come out. And Zach McLaughlin had found something on the bottom, and he had been digging hard when that happened. Take another look at this one. McLaughlin working his way on the bottom here. The 47s and the 44 all kind of going to get together and conspire against the 11. But McLaughlin able to continue on. We'll see if that car's damaged or if he can keep going. But man, he was on the move. He had figured something out on the bottom lane, and he was very fast.
Yeah, I tell you what, KR, this is changing pretty quick. It looks like if you can get your car to roll around the bottom and you can be patient, you know, and running Knoxville is an art. You know, running the bottom of Knoxville is an art. You see guys in the real life world, you can tell, like Nationals week, when guys that are familiar with Knoxville and guys that aren't really struggle fighting the car and solving on the steering wheel, and then you get those guys who are just nice and smooth around the bottom. When it's right, you can make up a ton of time, and that's what Zach was doing there. He was going to be going to the front, making some noise. That's just unfortunate luck for him, really. There's nothing. I don't know if I would have done anything different if I was him. I don't think you expected two cars kind of get together like they did down the straightaway in a straight line. That's just unfortunate for him.
Well, we'll see if that car's lost anything with contact with the wall, or if he can still roll that bottom. But Zach was really on a charge here, and we'll see if anyone else noticed that charge on the bottom and tries to change their lineup, reflect that. The 25C of Kevin Click, the 33P of Joshua Pickle, 44 of Adam Buchanan, your top three for this restart. And Click on the throttle, gets another good jump. Pickle falls back just a little bit, and Click into turn one without a challenge.
Yeah, fairly straight line. Everybody's minding their manners at the moment. We're going to the first one dive. Brenton Hockenberry goes under the 47 of Randall. Oh, it's pretty tight off exit there. They get back. Oh, no, they make contact. Get sideways. Everybody collects it. That allows Szerzynski actually go to by. Szerzynski fight for the fourth spot there with 47 Randolph. He'll slide into fifth. We got a battle for the transfer spot back here.
Steven Fernberg and Britton Hockenberry battling for the final transfer spot. For the moment, it's Fernberg in the 29, but Hockenberry looking to the inside. Fernberg has to bounce the right rear off the cushion. Jason Randolph slow off of two. More contact with Randolph and Fernberg, and Randolph now into a battle for fifth and sixth. Hockenberry watching this go down. Zach McLaughlin is kind of working his way forward down on the bottom, but not the same speed. He's just trying to stay clean and maybe hope that someone will take themselves out. Meanwhile, the 25C of Kevin Click has said goodbye. Joshua Pickle in the 33P trying to close in on him. Go on aboard with Pickle looking out the front. As you can see, Kevin Click with 4 to go, just running a very smooth line.
We had another change for the transfer spot. Brenton Hockenberry goes back into sixth, but Zach McLaughlin running the bottom. There's more contact with Randolph. Now we're going to battle for the transfer spot. About 4 or 5 cars under a blanket here.
Fernberg into the wall through 3 and 4, and Randolph and Hockenberry make contact coming off of 4. Randolph now falls to 7th. Britton Hockenberry's in 6th, and Zach McLaughlin into 5th, and he wants more. He's after Adam Buchanan. He is rolling that bottom lane, but Kevin Click on the final lap, final time around here in the first B main of the night, top 6 transferring. Zach McLaughlin not done just yet. He is now moved up into 3rd.
Yeah, Joshua Pickle ran out of gas, so fuel's becoming an issue for sure. They'd come across in the finish. We're gonna have to recap this and look this over who finished in the top 6, because the car running 2nd or 3rd ran out of fuel there.
Kevin Click, Alex Szerzynski, Zach McLaughlin, they all make it in, and then it switched over on me before I could see the rest of them. I know Jason Randolph got in, and
yeah, you got it. Kevin Click, Szerzynski, McLaughlin, Buchanan, Hockenberry, and Randolph is your 6th transfer.
All right, now we move on to our final B main, final chance to get into the race here tonight. Let's look at our starting lineup for this one. On the inside of row number 1, that is Larry Moody in the 73. On his outside, John Batista. Row number 2 going to be Nathan Kropakowski and Matthew Henniger. Mark Broderick and Ryan File, Cody Hillman and Jake Greenwood, Clayton Kincart and John Lopresto for row 5, and row 6 going to be Jeffrey West and Nicholas McGeethy. 2 drivers did not make it to the grid in time. It was Matthew Henniger and Jeffrey West, so that's going to switch things up just a little bit.
It looks like Henniger made it in time. Had a little bit of an issue trying to get off of pit road, but he's catching up to the field here. Should assume his starting spot.
The Jeffrey West, the only one not able to start. Matthew Henniger forming up, taking his spot on the outside of row number 2. Top 6 going to transfer. Larry Moody, John Batista on the front row. Nathan in the 420 and the 97 of Matthew Henniger, row number 2. Lights are out on the Chevy Silverado. It's going to pull in this time, and we're going to let these 410 monsters loose for the final B main. Final 6 spots up for grabs in the first annual DOB Classic. Nathan in the 420 drives down to the bottom. The 73 of Larry Moody right through the middle, and John Batista has to lift a little bit. Batista had a good run coming, but Moody holds him off for the moment, and Moody has found something right in the middle.
Going to put a blanket over the top 4 here. Nathan K on the bottom, Moody on the top, Batista on the top. And, oh, we got contact. They're all over the place. They straighten it out and keep going, and Mark Broderick actually takes the lead here. They're everywhere. Can you keep up with any of this, KR?
Things are happening very fast, and as fast as they are happening for us in the booth, it is going that much quicker for the drivers as they are trying to manhandle these race cars on what seems to be a very slick Knoxville dirt track. Down the back stretch, Mark Broderick laying a 16.72 fastest lap of the race. He is on the throttle and ripping it fast.
So we'll reset it here. We're going to have Broderick coming off turn 4 with the lead. We're going to have Batista in 2nd, fighting with Moody for 2nd, actually. Nathan K in the 420 in 4th. And then Greenwood, I believe that's Greenwood there, coming up there in 5th. And right now, transfer spot is Matthew Henniger, actually. So the boss man's in a transfer spot for the moment. We're going to have a 3-wide battle off turn 4 here for 3rd. Almost some contact, but they know they're in a transfer spot. You would think they'd want to kind of keep it together here to make it through the A. So Nathan on the bottom, we got Moody on the top, and Greenwood looking for a way around them both.
Larry Moody's still working that upper middle portion of the track. Down on the bottom is Nathan K. 3 wide into turn number 1. The 43 of Jake Greenwood sliding into 3rd. Meanwhile, battle for the final transfer spot starting to heat up. John Lopresto all over the back bumper of the 97. Matthew Henniger in the 97 going to try and move to the inside of the Nathan K. Contact for the 420 and Nathan K. sorts it out, but he's still making contact with other cars. Gets it rolling, no caution, we stay green. Mark Broderick, still your race leader. John Batista in second, Jake Greenwood third, Larry Moody fourth, Matthew Henniger fifth, and in the final transfer spot for the moment, that is the 71 of John Lopresto, but Nicholas McGeethy starting to rip the lip here at Knoxville and building some momentum.
It's a heck of a battle there. He's got the wing back. It's trunked pretty hard. Looks a little tight, but he's running the cushion as hard as he can give it, hard as he can run this thing. He might go around. Looks like, oh, he's going to actually take fourth place even from Matthew Henniger here, so he slides up 2 spots.
John Lopresto going to go to the high side as well. Henniger still down on the bottom. Lopresto trying to get a run going to get into this first annual classic. This time he slides down to the inside of Henniger. Henniger buzzes the tires a little bit coming off of turn 2, and that might be all the brake that John Lopresto needs. Final lap though for Mark Broderick as Lopresto moves into 6th place. Broderick into 3 and a 4. John Batista still giving chase off of turn number 4. The 51 going to win this one. John Batista in a second. Jake Greenwood third. An outstanding drive by the 43, up 5 positions. Nicholas McGeethy, or I'm sorry, Larry Moody fourth, McGeethy fifth. He gained 7 positions. And Lopresto, your final transfer spot.
Man, this has been good. This track is, you can run all over the place right now. It looks like it's, this is going to be a fun end of the night for sure.
All right, so we have just a quick moment. One of the things we want to talk about is the Methanol Mafia Productions giving away the award, the Mr. Knoxville Award. This race counts towards it. The 360 Knoxville Nationals that happened last week and the 410 Knoxville Nationals that kick off tomorrow night on the Methanol Mafia Productions. Darren Detweiler and Michael Sheridan are tied with 637 points apiece for that award. Joshua Steinke, Tyler Johnson, and John Batista round out your top 5. Kevin Click in 6th place, but Click only 27 points behind Darren Detweiler and Michael Sheridan. So top 6, 27 points separating them. Very, very close for that Mr. Knoxville Award. And that's going to be settled out Thursday night. So our dash, I believe it's going to be a 6-lap dash making its way out onto the track. Looks like Ernie Williams, Tyson Landis, Carter Chevalier, Mason Hannigan, Vinny Sansone, Ty Williams, and Ernie Williams. Tyson Landis, did I say him? Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, you got it. Yeah, top 6. These 6 cars here. Ernie Williams, you're going to have on the pole with Mason Landis. Yeah, Mason Landis. Mason Hannigan, green flag here. And then Chevalier, Sansoni, Tyson Landis, and the 18 of Ty Williams. Ernie Williams actually going to take the lead here on the first lap. Lap one of 6. I cannot talk anymore. It is past my bedtime, sir. With Hannigan in second, Chevalier in third.
So Williams, your race leader. We begin lap number 2. Mason Hannigan in a second. Hannigan just a little bit faster, and he's going to dive down to the inside. Hannigan stays down low, looking for some grip on the bottom. Can't find what he needs. Ernie Williams holds on to the race lead for the moment. Meanwhile, at the back, big old knot of cars. 3 of them battling it out. Tyson Landis, Vinny Sansone, and Ty Williams. Meanwhile, Carter Chevalier sitting in third as the battle for the race lead heats back up once again. Mason Hannigan and Ernie Williams still going at it. Hannigan and Williams laying down the 2 fastest laps of this race, but can't seem to separate from each other.
It's been a heck of a battle here. Ernie's kind of doing the line he wants to run, and it's kind of making Mason do, just do the opposite. So he tried to cut down line. He just tried to run through the middle there. They're so equal. I don't know how they're going to get around each other unless one of them makes a mistake. They're going to be coming to the white flag here. Hannigan's going to try the cut down line again. It actually looks pretty good for him. Both go to the cushion, white flag here. Both go to the cushion in 1 and 2. Hannigan is getting all the cushion. He probably got pretty lucky that I think didn't need him up. Runs a slider line in 3 and 4. Now he's going to stay on the bottom here and give it a run, see how it feels. Gets a little loose. Not going to be enough. Ernie Williams going to take the win.
Carter Chevalier troubles off at turn number 4, smacks the wall. That was a battle for 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th. Ty Williams, Vinny Sansone, and Tyson Landis all getting after it. That was a heck of a race there for a dash. Mark Roderick wants to know if we can get a free Tyler Walker, so we'll give you a free Tyler Walker when we step away for a minute. No one going anywhere. We'll be right back after this.
You wanted the best, you got him 4 abreast. Often imitated, never duplicated. The greatest show on dirt, the World of Outlaws.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we get ready for tonight's A-Main for the first annual DOB Classic. Thank you very much for joining me here tonight. I've been your host. My name is KR Stolfus, and in the booth with me is the spectacular Jeremy Zarfos. Just a wonderful meat of man meat. Did you bring the butter?
I forgot. I thought it was safer without tonight. I got to be honest. You were in some kind of mood here, so I thought the butter was not a great idea.
Oh, all right. So no popcorn and butter for us here tonight, but while we have a moment, drivers have been cleared off the track, and that means we're going to get ready to roll into the A-Main. But let's take a look at our race information presented by Wicked Brands. This does kick off our 410 action for the week. The Knoxville Nationals preliminary night 1 happening tomorrow night on the Methanol Mafia Productions. This is going on Sunday through Thursday. The drivers have been here all last week and all this week as well, and now's the time to stake your claim into the DOB history books as winning the first annual Classic. Drivers are starting to take to the grid, and while we have one more moment, I want to thank everyone who got involved to help broadcast this here tonight. The Wicked Brands, Wicked Energy Gum, Wicked Cushion, Wicked Esports, and of course the Methanol Mafia Productions. Jay-Z, you had a big help in that as well, so I thank you for doing that.
No, we thank you for being here and being available and help out with a great league like this. Chris does a great job, and the last season with DOB was awesome. The racing was great. This deserved to be broadcasted. And, Matt Henniger, Kyle Keene, myself, and all these different guys that helped out. To get this done is just awesome. And I know that. Listen, I drive these cars more than I ever broadcast, so I like it being able to go back and watch a little game film and how I did, and it's always fun to hear your name on there. So this is a pretty cool deal.
As the field rolls out, we're going to roll into the starting lineup for this one. On the inside of row number 1. Well, that's not going to be right because we had to dash. Mason Hannigan, Ernie Williams, Vinny Sansone, Ty Williams, Tyson Lannis, Carter Chevalier, Michael Sheridan, Kyle Keene, Chris Roberts, Nathan Davis, Richie Preston, and Darren Detweiler in row number 6. Next row, that is going to be Kevin Click, Mark Broderick, Alex Szerzynski, John Batista, Zach McLaughlin, Jake Greenwood, Adam Buchanan, Larry Moody, Brenton Hockenberry, Nicholas McGeethy, Jason Randolph, and John Lepresto, making it all into the first annual DOB Classic here tonight. The field is set. Everyone ready to go, and I don't know about you, but I am ready for this one.
This is going to be a lot of fun. I'm excited for it. There was a lot of action through those heats and mains. This is going to be awesome.
Silverado pulls to the inside. Ernie Williams in the 91. Gonna stab the throttle, and the green flag is out. And away we go. An already tight battle for the bottom. Ooh, one car crossed up. I believe that was Ty Williams.
They get it all sorted out. Folks, we got at the very back of the field there, KR.
Jake Greenwood has gone for a tumble. First caution coming out. Let's see what happened to Greenwood in the 43. On the high side here, the 51 of Mark Broderick and the 54 of John Batista get together, and Broderick ends up on his side, cannot right that ship. He is going to end up on pit road. Hopefully he can get going. Once again, yellow flags not counting while we're under yellow. See if we can take one more look at this one, see what happened to the 51 and the 54. Close racing down the backstretch. Broderick gets into the 25 of Richie Preston. Heavy damage on the 43, 54, and the 51 ends up on his side. So a rough start for those three drivers, and Broderick still sitting on pit road. We'll see if he can get back out there.
It looks like Richie Preston took fault for that yellow, so he's going to have an EOL. He's going to go to the back. Looks like he made a little bit of an error what started that, so we're going to have a restart here. Ernie Williams is actually going to be our leader. We have one lap in, so the scoring's a little bit off on the books, but Ernie Williams is going to be the leader with Hannigan second, Sansone third, Ty Williams fourth, and Tyson Landis in the top 5.
Lights are out on the Chevy Silverado. A lot of drivers trying to get this race as a feeler, if you will. for the coming week's action for the DOB 410 Knoxville Nationals as the green flag comes back out and we are back underway. Mason Hannigan dives right down to the bottom. Ernie Williams on the high side.
Looks like Mason's actually going to take the lead, clear him into 3 and 4, running the bottom. Ernie's going to go back to the top, as I expected. Mason pulls it off. They're going to be nose to tail to start finish line. Mason Hannigan's going to lead that lap.
Mark Broderick not making it out onto the track. He is maybe calling it a night. Nicholas McGeethy crashed as well. He is pulled to the inside.
Keep an eye here. Keep an eye on Vinny Sansone. He's kind of lurking in third. He's running about a lane off the bottom. A little different lane where, you know, Ernie's running the very, very top. Mason's running the very, very bottom. And Vinny's just kind of rolling in the middle of the old Donnie Schatz line here. So we'll keep an eye on him, see if he makes up any ground.
So Hannigan out in front. Ernie Williams in second. And for some reason, my scroller is not scrolling. I don't know what's up with that. Good times there.
Battle for the lead again, and Ernie Williams making up some ground on Mason. He's gonna get to his outside here down the backstretch. They're super close to making contact. Ernie right off his right rear to a slider line. Mason sticks it to the bottom, maybe floated up a little bit off. Ernie Williams back to the lead, completing lap 7 here, or starting lap 7, excuse me. Ernie's gonna clear him off of 2. Ernie Williams back to the lead.
Ernie dropping to the middle, slides up to the high side, finding a little bit of something on that upper lane. Mason Hannigan falling back. Third place, Vinny Sansone in the 80 machine. Ty Williams in the 18. Tyson Landis, that is your top 5. As the yellow flag is going to come out. Couple cars involved in this one. Take a look here. Kevin Click getting involved. Click goes around. Jason Randolph going to make contact with him. Randolph hits Hockenberry. Hockenberry tries to climb the fence. Hard contact for those 3 drivers. Kevin Click had some contact on the front going into the corner. Gets spun around. Jason Randolph and then Hockenberry late to the party, making hard contact there.
Looks like Chris Roberts is going to take an end of line penalty on that one. I think that he claimed fault for that one. Came off the wall just a little and got the right front of Kevin and started that one there. So Roberts is going to take an EOL.
So Chris Roberts to the tail. And no matter what I'm trying, I cannot get my scrolling ticker to work. That's okay. We have a backup. We'll just use the backup one. Thank goodness for technology. Gotta love to hate it.
Truer words have never been spoken, sir. We're gonna have a restart here. 1 to go till we restart. We're gonna have Ernie Williams gonna be in the lead. Mason Hannigan second. Vinny Sansone still running third. Ty Williams fourth. Mason Landis in fifth. Tyson Landis in fifth. We're going to have Michael Sheridan 6th, Kyle Keene up to 7th, and it was Nathan Davis in 8th.
Looking out the back of Tyson Landis 31 machine, Michael Sheridan at 15 in 6th spot. Ernie Williams bringing this field to the restart. The green flag is out and we are back underway, and Williams on the high side. That was working very well for him, and he is running that cushion with just a piece of paper between him and the wall, working that wheel back and forth.
Yeah, I noticed right before that last caution, Mason Hannigan had actually been running the bottom, got past, and Ernie was pulling away. And you see now he's running the top. He went down there that first lap to the bottom, and now he moved back up to the top. I think the top's the place to be right now. It's the fastest way around this place at the moment. Sometimes it does that. It'll start on the bottom. Mason made up some ground and took the lead. Ernie got back around him on the top. You see everybody migrate back to the top a little. Now, Vinny Sansone's actually going to make a bid for second. I think Mason's car is just a little bit off, and Vinny actually takes second place here.
Hannigan makes his way back down to the bottom. He's going to try and get underneath Vinny, but can't get the run off of 4 that he needs, but closes in very quickly. This battle really shaping up, and Ernie Williams now falling, or should say falling, but pulling away. Ty Williams in the 18 and 4th. Tyson Landis in 5th in that 31 machine. Michael Sheridan and Kyle Keene side by side. Kyle Keene going to take the spot away. Sheridan, your 360 Knoxville Nationals champion, battling it out for 6th and 7th place here.
Good battle back there with Keene. There's 4 cars under a blanket. Kyle Keene, Sheridan, Nathan Davis. Who's that coming around the top? That's Alex Rzinski, actually, I believe, making a run at these guys. Four cars under a blanket for that 5th, 6th spot.
So while all this is going on, the internet is being a bit touchy, so we'll try and keep this going, but things have changed on my end when this started.
We're going to have a battle for second here. We're going to have Sansoni and Hannigan still going at it. They're both fighting for the same real estate. This is going to be a close battle here. Hannigan to the bottom, Sansoni to the middle, and for now, Hannigan's going to take the lead. Now they switch lanes. Hannigan to the top, Sansoni to the bottom, and Sansoni takes over the 2nd spot again. Now they're side by side. Hannigan gets a good run off the corner on the top. They make contact fighting for that same spot. Sansoni back to the bottom. Hannigan slides up. Diamonds it off, gets a run up to the outside. They make more contact. These two may not make it out of the next lap. We'll see here. Hannigan bounces off the cushion, runs it down across to the right rear of Sansoni and takes second back. This is a great battle for second. Meanwhile, Ernie Williams is on the top just running away. Car looks really, really stable up there. One of the few cars that can do it. Last time around, he had a 1.460 second lead. Brings around, finishes the lap. Leads now 1.49 seconds, so a little stabilized a little bit faster. Battle between Hannigan and Sansoni rages on, running 2 different lines, almost the same lap times. Hannigan with the momentum actually clears him by about 2 car lengths into 1 and 2. Hannigan to the cushion. Looks like Hannigan's found a line of light that his car likes. Runs it up on the cushion, bounces it hard off the cushion, and turns down. Meanwhile, back here, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, we have a battle raging on with this crew. There's about 6 or 7 cars. Kyle Keene in the 6th spot right now. Nathan Davis running the top in 7th. I mean, they're catching Tyson Landis in 5th. Sheridan and Davis side by side into the corner. Looks like Sheridan takes that for now.
Sheridan in the 15 machine down on the bottom, following in the tire tracks of the 17 of Kyle Keene. As everything has gone to crap on my side of things, and I'm just going to try and soldier through. The 3 to go, Ernie Williams in the 91, out in the front.
Ernie's up by 1.844 seconds over Mason Hannigan. 3rd, Vinny Sansone, about 2.3 back. Ty Williams, Hannigan solid in 4th. That's a good run for Ty Williams. Tyson Land is still in 5th place. And then the battle rages on here for 6th, 7th, 8th. You see Ernie Williams bringing this thing off of turn 2 and down the backstretch.
Williams enjoying a very large lead, almost 2.5 seconds, takes the white flag. Final lap for the 91 machine of Ernie Williams. He has got a lap car. That is the 43 of Jake Greenwood. Greenwood damaged, but still trying to stay out there. But off of turn number 4, the 91 of Ernie Williams is going to pick up the first annual DOB Classic. Mason Hannigan brings it home in 2nd. Vinny Sansone 3rd. Ty Williams 4th. Tyson Landis 5th. Kyle Keene in 6th. Michael Sheridan 7th. Zach McLaughlin in 8th. Alex Rzinski 9th. 10th place going to go to Nathan Davis. Darren Detweiler going to finish 11th. 12th goes to Adam Buchanan. Larry Moody 13th. 14th goes to Richie Preston. John Batista, John Lopresto 15th and 16th. Kevin Click finishing in 17th. 18th place is Chris Roberts. 19th, Jason Randolph. 20th, Jake Greenwood. Brenton Hockenberry 21st. 22nd, Nicholas McGeethy. Mark Broderick 23rd. And Carter Chevalier 24th. As the 91 and the 2 pull on to the front stretch. Few cars still celebrating this race as only they know how by turning some laps. Do want to apologize for whatever happened in the middle of this race. Everything on my end seemed to be working, but sometimes the internet isn't your friend. And that seems to be how it was here tonight. Let's see if we can get a word in. Jeremy Zarfos, I believe you have caught up with our race winner. That is the 91 of Ernie Williams.
Ernie, congratulations, my guy. That car looked great on the top, man. How was your race overall? How'd it feel?
Car felt awesome, man. The cushion got a little rough, but man, I maintained. But man, the car felt really, really good. So coming in Knoxville week, I feel good about the car, at least. You know what I mean? Everything felt good.
Yeah, I think, I was watching this race, and as it kind of moved on, Mason, got up beside you there, took the lead for a lap or two, and, you stayed patient on the top, and I know that's where you like to be, and he was running the bottom where his favorite line is. I think over time, even when he moved up, his car didn't look nearly as comfortable as yours did up on the cushion there. Were you running that thing all the way up over the cushion, or were you just kind of leaning on it? What's your strategy when you do that?
There's parts where you lean, and there's parts where you get on. You know this as well as anybody. When you get up there, they get them bumps, and some of them bumps, it don't matter what setup you put in, what shock package you run, your car just not going to get over them very good. Either you got to feather over them or you just got to miss them. Like the one down in the middle of 3 and 4, that's what made me start running the slider line, because I felt like I had to feather too much through there, or I had to get off my line too much where it was slowing me down. So I wanted to miss that. Once you start missing that, then the four's always good there, and the track stayed right there to where I could slide up there, and there was just enough meat on the track to where I could to get a good run, just in case anybody behind me was running a cut down line or anything like that. But yeah, it gets a little tricky for sure, especially down 3 and 4. I like running the cushion here, but that end is definitely different.
Yeah, this track, I ran last week some, and I had 410s, 360s, a little bit of everything. This track tonight was, I haven't seen too many top dominant Knoxvilles in fairly recent history. A lot of times it ends up moving down around the middle or bottom. It was really interesting to see that thing hold that long.
Yeah, Brody ran his deal. They had in Knoxville. We've been running Knoxville since the Nationals, you know what I mean? So I've got a lot of laps. So I've been tweaking with things. Some guys have been throwing up practice things. And I just got in there and I just started tweaking. And I was like, well, if the bottom will go away a little bit, I felt like I had a car where I can compete. And each night I've been out, my car's been fast, usually faster than the guy in front of me. Now, whether you get around him or not, it's a different story. Because sometimes when I get off of the cushion, I can't pass people. It's where it slows me down. My car, like, I'll be fast on the cushion, but if nobody's on it, I could get up there like tonight. Like you said, and I want too many people running it. So I got up there and I didn't have to deal with nobody running it. And plus I was out front. But when you get behind people and I try to run the middle or a different line, that's when, that's when your car's got to be really good. But if you could just, like my car's set up for the cushion. So if I can get out there and just rail the cushion with nobody in front of me, I feel like I should be able to pass cars.
Well, you definitely did it tonight. Even though you didn't have a ton of them to pass in the feature, you did your job. Everything was perfect. I think you won this thing by 3 seconds. Yeah, 3.006 seconds. And,
awesome.
That's not something easy to do against, Mason Hannigan and Vinny Sansone. Those guys are pros, so, hats off to you, and it should set you up really nicely for this week, man. Congratulations. Good luck the rest of the week.
Yep, thank you, Jeremy. Thanks, KR, for doing the broadcast. Turn 3 Media, Black Diamond Motorsports, the guys back at the shop doing a nice job. Tim's Nichols with Tim's Dirt Track Simulators. Everybody, there's a lot of people help, man. But you guys have a good evening, and can't wait to go back and watch the broadcast, fellas.
Congratulations, my friend.
That is Ernie Williams, our race winner. But now it's time to move on to our driver who finished in second spot. And that is none other than the 1X of Mason Hannigan, a fellow mini sprint driver. Mason, congratulations on second place here tonight.
Yeah, lacking a little bit of pace. say the least.
Well, second place, just the first loser, but I'd say you still had a good pace. You guys were out front battling, and then it seemed like Ernie Williams found something, and you just couldn't quite get that same line.
Yeah, I felt all right up there. I felt like I could keep pace with them early on, and then I went to the bottom and was hooked up past them on the restart. And I mean, it just, I don't know what happened. I missed it one time and could never really recover, and he just checked out. He was good on the top tonight, and I wasn't good at all, to say the least. So it's good to find out what was good and what was bad there, and I'll definitely have to look at it and see what we can do for Tuesday.
Well, Mason, your preliminary night happens to be on Tuesday, and that happens to be when the Turn 3 Racing Network is going to pick up the 410 Knoxville Nationals action. So we look forward to watching you once again here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. But before we let you go here tonight, any shout-outs or thank yous you'd like to give?
Yeah, everyone at Black Diamond, UDTV, Fads Eyewear, everyone, Velocity Race Designs. I can't thank Chris and everyone putting on this league, and all we got to do Tuesday is hopefully qualify good and get a decent heat and just make it to the feature and see where that puts us for Thursday.
Well, man, once again, nice job, solid second spot here tonight, and congratulations.
Thank you.
Mason Hannigan bringing it home in second place here tonight. And Jay-Z, it has been a memorable DOB Classic. For the first one ever, Ernie Williams got bragging rights for a whole year.
Yeah, that was pretty impressive. I've raced with Ernie a long time, and winning any race against other top drivers in iRacing and dirt, we all get familiar with each other. To win any race by 3 seconds is a feat for sure. So something for him to be proud of, and definitely propel him this week. I know when Ernie, I've raced with Ernie enough that he gets on a roll, man. He can be as tough to beat as anybody around. So we'll see how it goes the rest of the week with him.
That we will. And in the booth with us is none other than DOB Presidente, boss man for DOB, and that's Chris Roberts. And Chris, before we sign out, man, I want to get your thoughts on this first annual DOB Classic.
Well, I saw Arnie getting ready to come through and lap the field there, so must have been a classic. Looked like he checked out.
That he did. Well, Chris, is this something that we can expect to see next August?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, as long as I don't get in trouble with the real boss, I'm running 5 nights in a row. But yeah, it's definitely a fun night. I know I learned some things for the rest of the week. Sounded like I caught the end of Mason. Sounded like he learned some things. So that's the big kicker, big deal. What can you learn? Yeah, they're running for the Methanol Mafia Productions 2021 Mr. Knoxville Award. But it also works as a great tune-up for your prelim night because right there, A-Main's the same amount of laps. Car count, I think we had 34. I'm looking at the prelim rosters. They're all about 45 to 50. So, not that many more cars. So the track should be pretty similar. Just depends on how the weather is. So it's a good tune-up. So, yeah, I could see us bringing it back next year.
All righty. Well, hopefully Turn 3 will be able to bring you guys that racing action next year. But coming up Monday night, first night of preliminary action for the DOB 410 Knoxville Nationals. That will be on Facebook with the Methanol Mafia Productions. And then we pick up the action once again Tuesday night. Wednesday night, we'll be back to the Methanol Mafia. And then Thursday night right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network to close out the 410 Knoxville Nationals. Hope y'all will stay with us all week. And we saw some spectacular racing here tonight, Jay-Z, and I expect we'll see some more for this 410 Knoxville Nationals.
Agree completely, man. I appreciate you having me up here tonight. This was fun to get to follow action on the guys that I know best, and sort of my forte, as they said, is dirt stuff. So it was a ton of fun. I'm looking forward to the rest of the week. Good job tonight.
All right, gentlemen, and I want to thank you all for having me out here tonight. Thank you so much. And to all the fans who watched, thank you again for stopping by. Sorry about the internet issues. They seem to have fixed themselves despite me banging my head on the keyboard, so not much I could do there. So until we see you all again on Tuesday night, thank you so much for joining us, and we look forward to crowning a champion on Thursday for the 410 Knoxville Nationals.